Welcome to the Fintech Talents Festival. I'm here with Josh Cogan, who is the lead client partner for Banking as a Service at Finastra. How are you doing today, Josh?
Yeah, very well, Sarah. Very well, thank you.
Well, we actually did a panel yesterday, didn't we, on embedded finance? So I'd just be interested to know what you think the highlights were of that session.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a great panel. We had yourself on the panel, lead ecosystem advisor. We had a household name travel platform, one of the largest banks in the world. And also a telecoms giant. So it's really fascinating to get all of their views. We focused on the customer demand angle for embedded finance, and really it was all about being able to do more for the customer. So we talked about the evolution from software as a service, when corporates could build online bespoke software solutions for a global customer base, and how banking as a service really is an evolution of that. So now, on top of being able to deliver online software applications, they can underpin that with core payments and advanced financial services.
So yeah, and it was a really, really good session, and we covered a lot of ground, as you've just mentioned.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested to know, because you were moderating that session, so actually, what's your perspective? What do you think the core value that embedded finance can deliver to the end customer is?
Yeah, well, look, there's kind of three pillars that I like to talk about. One being the customer experience. Really, that's at the heart of embedded finance, being able to do more for your customer and delivering more frictionless experience for your end customer. So one is the customer experience. Two is actually the access to finance. So we know about the worldwide financing gap for MSMEs. The OECD have it at $5.7 trillion globally. And what we're seeing now is a lot of SMEs who didn't have access to financing before, finally getting access to that financing through embedded channels. So then once you have the access problem solved for, how can you move forward to optimizing the finance that businesses and people get? So once you've solved for access, being able to ensure that they get the right product at the right time.
And is that how Finastra views it? Is that what you try and deliver for your clients as well when you're focusing on embedded finance or banking as a service?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Finastra we have over 8,500 financial institutions using our software globally. And really we view our role there to be the orchestrator of open finance. So with this fantastic panel of banks, being able to bring that power through to embedded finance and solve for all of the demand points that we discussed on the panel yesterday.
And then what do you think is next for embedded finance? I know we covered this a bit yesterday, but for the people who weren't there?
Yeah, so I think, look, as you can see at the event this week, there are so many new players constantly entering the market, so the ecosystem is going to continue to evolve. The types of products and services available to embedded channels will continue. We talked about the evolution from just payments, embedded payments, through to embedded accounts, lending and more. And also, just at a market level, I think we'll see some consolidation in the market as well. And then last point would be maybe some new top-tier banks coming into the space. We saw recently an announcement between NatWest and Vodeno, and potentially more partnerships like that.
Brilliant. Well, there's a lot to look forward to. We're nearly at the end of day two. Have you had a good festival? What have been your highlights?
I've had a great festival. I think there's been fantastic energy over the 2 days. Some really interesting startups and established companies that I've gone to speak to, and yeah, it's great to see the ecosystem flourishing as it is.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Sarah. Cheers.